Hello Year 5, here with your arithmetic video for this whole week. So the week beginning 15th of March. Just before we get started, I wanted to have a look back over some of the key vocabulary that we've come across while we've been doing fractions. And I wanted to set you a little bit of a challenge. I want to see what you've learned while we've been learning about fractions. So have a go at giving me the definitions for each of these terms. So we have integer, mixed number, unit fraction, non-unit fraction, a proper fraction, and an improper fraction. You can do this during the course of the week. Bring the work in on Friday. Let's have a look. See what you know. Show me what you've understood while we've been doing our remote learning. We'll move on. We'll get started with our arithmetic for this week. Our first question for Monday. So this is Monday's work. Read the questions carefully on the left in the grid. The grid on the right will look a little familiar. We have gone over it this week. See what you remember. Pause the video now. Okay, how did we get on? I'll share the answers for the arithmetic grid here, and then we'll go through the answers for the Roman numerals just a second. Okay, so let's look at these Roman numerals, words and numerals. So the numbers we understand how they're written that we use every day. Our first number we've got is 52. So in words, that will be 52. And then in Roman numerals, we need to remember L is 50 and I makes 2. Our second row, 635. It would be 6, 3, and 5. And then for our Roman numerals, we have D for 500. C adds on an extra 100. That gives us our 600. And then we build the 35. So we have 10, 20, 30, and then 5. So it's worth remembering that when we do Roman numerals, we build the number up. Now, we're looking at the next one here. This works the opposite way because the smaller number is before the bigger number. So it means we've got to take this off. So we have CM, which means 100 less than 1,000, which would be 900. Come back over. We've got XC, so 10 less than 100, which would give us 90. And I for 1. And then to write it in words, 900 and 1. So 407. I've got 407 ones, so I need a 0 to go in as my placeholder for my tens. So that will be that one. And then our Roman numeral. So we need to build our number. So 400, so we need 500, and we need 100 less. And then again, we build the 7, V for 5, I. Now our last row here, DCCCXXXXIX. Lots of letters in there. So we need to pick this apart carefully. So D is 500. And we go through the C's. There's 3 of those. So 500 plus 300 is going to make 800. We now have our tens. We've got 3 of those, 10, 20, 30 to give us 30. IX at the end, remembering if the smaller number's before the bigger number, we've got to take it away. So 1 less than 10 is 9. And then to write it in words, 800 and 39. So check your answers. Well done today. I'll see you back for Tuesday's video. Welcome to Tuesday's Arithmetic Questions Year 5. We've got some fraction questions on there as well, so just be careful with those. Make sure you end up with the proper numbers. So we don't want improper fractions. If it needs to be a mixed number, make sure it is. Pause the video here to complete your work. Okay, how did we get on with our questions today? Let's go forward and we'll check the answers. So question 1, 8/16 plus 9/16. We know if the denominator is the same, we just need to add the numerators together, which gives us 17/16 or 1 1/16. Question 2, where you're finding the difference between two numbers, you need to take the smaller number away from the bigger number. And for the other question here, what is the sum of those two numbers? The sum means the total, obviously you need to add them together. We've got our Roman numeral question there. So 10 times 5 equals 50. X times V equals L. Our reasoning question for today. Teddy's on the 4th floor of a building, which is 14 meters above the ground. So I'm going to draw myself a little diagram to help me here. So we have our building and we have our ground. So I know that on the 4th floor, so I'm going to put it here, he is 14 meters above the ground. Rosie is in the car park underground, which is 3 meters below the ground. So you have to forgive me, I'm not drawing this to scale, so it's not going to be exactly right, but we know she's 3 meters below the ground. How far apart are they? Well, it's the same as using a number line. The ground just happens to be 0. So we've got 14 meters back to ground level, and then another 3 meters to get down to where Rosie is. So we need to add these distances together. So I've got 14, add 3 to give me 17. Now I can't leave my answer like that because reading the question, it gives me a measurement. So when I write my answer, I also need to use that measurement. So it will be 17 meters. Okay, well done today. I'll see you back here for Wednesday's video. Welcome to Wednesday, Year 5. How many lots of 9 in 144? So again, we're going to need to read these questions carefully. Have a really good look at the reasoning question today. We're looking back over our understanding of statistics and being able to read graphs and data charts. Pause the video here. How did we get on with our questions? So we'll look at the arithmetic first. How many lots of 9 in 144? What it's asking us is, what's 144 divided by 9? That gives us 16. What is 54,532 rounded to the nearest thousand? When we're doing this, we need to look. It wants us to round to the nearest thousand. That's this digit here. When we're rounding, we need to look the next place value below it. So it's this one here, the 5. I've just drawn a circle around. And we need to remember the rule. If it's 4 or less, we can round it down. But 5 or more, it must round up to the next digit. So in this case, 54 becomes 55,000. Again, the sum of two numbers is the numbers added together for question 5. We'll look at our reasoning question now. So we've got our table here. We need to look carefully at what it's asking us. So the bar chart showing us the average temperatures for each month at the North Pole. Question A, on average, which month is the hottest? So I need to look for the highest positive temperature. and that's this one here, 16. I go down the chart and I read down. So if I draw my line straight down, it leads me here to July. So the answer for A is July. Question B, which month is the coldest? So that I know the further away from zero I go in the negatives, that's going to be coldest. So the lowest number I've got here is minus 24, which is January. So B, the answer will be January. C, what is the difference in temperature between the hottest and the coldest months? So C, I'll show you the working out as well. So we've got plus 16 at one end and minus 24 at the other. So if we show this on a number line, I have minus 24 all the way down here, I have 0, and then I have 16. So to get from minus 24 to 0, that will be my first one to work out. I need to add 24. And then here, I've got 16. So I need to add 24 and 16 together, which gives me 40. But again, we need to be careful that we write the correct notation for our answer. So just clear myself some space. We're working in degrees Celsius. So when we write our answer, we need to make sure we show it. So 40 degrees Celsius. That's really important. Sometimes you'll get a mark for getting these correct with the correct notation. If you don't show that notation, you won't get the mark. So question D is exactly the same. How many degrees does the temperature rise between March and August? So I've got minus 12 here for March. Need to find August, and that's 13 degrees. So we've got exactly the same method of working it out. Minus 12, we've got 0 in the middle, and then we've got 13 degrees at the end. To get from minus 12 to 0, we have 12. To get from 0 to 13, we have 13. So we just add those two digit or integers together. So 25 degrees Celsius will be your answer for that. Well done. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Here are your questions for Thursday. Again, remembering the vocabulary that we're using, the sum means the total. When you're rounding, make sure you look at the next digit in front of the number you're rounding to. The difference, you need to do some subtracting. Pause the video here to complete your work. Okay, here come your answers for the arithmetic. Check your answers here. We'll move on and answer the reasoning question next. So we have our perimeter to work out for this shape. So what we need to do is look at the information that we have got. I know I've got 12 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 7 centimeters. I'm missing this measurement, A, this measurement, B, and this measurement here, C. So I need to work these out. So to do that, I need to know what B is, because I can work that out from the information that I've already got. So 12 centimeters, take away 7 centimeters will give me B. So what I'm doing is I'm almost making it into two separate shapes. So 12, take away 7 will leave me with 5. So B I can now get rid of my letter, and I know that's 5 centimeters. What I haven't got is the missing measurements for A and C. Now I can use the measurements I've got, and I know the area is 83 centimeters. So to work this out, I can work out the area of this part here. So if I put this part here with the cross on it, 4 centimeters and 7 centimeters. So I can multiply those two together to give me the square area of that. So we've got 4 times 7 to give me 28. So I have 28 centimeters squared. Now, what I don't have is this measurement here for C. I do have the measurement here, B. So I need to work out what I've got left as my area to work out. So 83, take away 28. Can't take 8 away from 3, so I need to exchange a 10 down. 13 take away 8 gives me 5. 7 take away 2 gives me 5. So I have 55 centimeters squared left. So that's the area of this piece here. Now I've got one measurement, but I don't have the other. So what I do know, let me just clear some of this writing off so we've got a bit more space and we don't get into ourselves confused. So I've worked out the area of the space with the cross. I know I've got an area of this part here of 55 centimeters squared. So I need to work out what C is going to be, because that will help me work out A. So I know that 5 times C equals 55. So what I need to do, I need to divide 55 by 5. So 55 divided by 5, C is 11 centimeters. So I can now take this off and I can write down with confidence that that is 11 centimeters. Now I've still got A to work out, but I can do that now. I know the length from here to here is 11 centimeters and I've got 4 centimeters. So I can work out what goes in for A. So I can do 11, take away 4, which will leave me with 7. So A, I can now replace with 7 centimeters. Now I've done the tricky bit. I've found all my numbers. All I need to do is add them together. So I'm going to clear some space and I can add these all together. So we have 12, we're adding 11, 5, 7, 7, and 4. So to make life really easy for myself, I've gone round this clockwise. I've started at 12 and then gone to 11, 5, 7, 7, and 4. So all I need to do now is add these together. So it's 2 and 1 is 3, add 5 makes 8, add 7 makes 15, add 7 is 22, is 26. Exchange the 20, have the 6, have 1 and 1 and 2 for 46 is our perimeter. But again, we need to be careful. We need to make sure we write down the measurement. So the perimeter of our shape will be 46 centimeters. Now, it would be awful if you did this in a test, you put in all this work and forgot to write down centimeters and you didn't get all the marks that were available. So when you're doing questions like this, always make sure you write down the unit of measurement. Well done if you got this today. You've worked brilliantly well with this. I will see you tomorrow for our final arithmetic section. Okay, here is Friday's questions. We have our arithmetic on the left as normal. I have a bit of a different style of question. This one takes a little bit of thinking about. See if you can work it out. Pause here. Okay, how did we get on with the questions today? Here are your answers. So if we're rounding to the nearest 100,000, we need to look at the 100,000s column and then also look at the 10,000s column. And remember, if it's 4 or less, we round down and everything else gets replaced with zeros. The sum, again, is reminding yourself, the sum means the total. The difference is what is the difference between the two numbers. So you need to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. Now, our reasoning question. When I was 6, I had a sister half my age. Now I'm 70. How old is my sister now? You might have thought, well, she's half my age. So you'd have written 35. I'm really sorry. That's not correct. When I was 6, my sister was half my age. So I'm going to divide that by 2. So when I was 6, my sister was 3. My sister's 3 years younger than me, not half my age. So it's a bit of a trick question. If you read it carefully, you'll be able to unpick it. So we're actually asking you to solve 70, take away 3, which will give you 67 years old. Well done this week, Year 5. I look forward to seeing your work that you've done, giving me the definitions for the words from the beginning of the week. If you've already shown them to me, fantastic, well done. If you did get this one correct, come and let me know and tell me how you worked it out. I'll see you next week for our next arithmetic video.